Dr. Krause is the head of the Wellness Committee, Farmington's Associate Superintendent, and District Foster License. The Wellness Committee is a required group to help ensure health and mental stability for students.
So every district in the state of Missouri is required to have what is called a wellness committee, and you are required to meet 3 times a year, and you have to have certain very specific participants that are on the committee. Farmington does it a little different, and we open up to agencies and staff members and students. Our focus is to look at the wellness, health, overall well-being of students, staff, and what we can do to better the community.
The Wellness Committee is looking for students to collaborate and hear their voices within the community.
So we used to not have students, and the more we got into some interesting and deep dialogue, we're like, we've got to have kids on this. So 2 areas of focus that several of the doctors at outside agency and behavioral health said that they felt we really needed to focus on were behavioral health, mental illness, and substance abuse and misuse. So when we went into the substance misuse and abuse, we knew we didn't have that student voice. And so we think we know, based off of interviews with kids and what certain students have said as to why they use or why they don't use. But having that student voice there to say, listen, they just give us good perspective on things. And then as we get into nutrition or making things better within the culture and climate, student voice is extremely important, and it gives a completely different perspective on some things. As far as the Wellness Committee, we used to have an extremely small committee 5-6 years ago, and it was just maybe a doctor, a couple school nurses, an administrator, very small group, and we expanded it. And so with the need within mental health, behavioral health, focuses within wellness, we opened it up, and part of that focus is to invite students to attend. So we send out a survey to community members, parents. We put it out in student email and say, anyone that would like to participate. And then we also put it out to staff members and parents to see if they believe that maybe their student would be interested in having a voice on this committee as well. Currently, we have about 75 members. Usually around 50 people attend, and then we split off into subcommittees depending on what our strategic plan leads us to.
There are many components to wellness and overall health. They're changing their strategy for this year's plan.
So anybody and everybody can be on the committee. We focus our committee on 10 components of the WISC model or WISC structure, which is whole school, whole community, whole child. So it could be health services, which is like the nursing area or clinic. Physical activity, which could be your PE teachers, actually health, which is health curriculum, culture, climate, all sorts of things around there, community engagement, nutrition. So anybody and everybody that has a passion for some of those areas are who is asked to be on it. The more well-rounded, the better. What we normally do is there's what's called a school health index, and it's a nationwide, basically a needs assessment or a needs survey that you do, and it breaks down each of the 10 components, like I said, and then it helps you drill down to where your weak areas are within your school district and your community, and you take those weak areas and you prioritize them. So what we'll do is we'll go back to that, and then we'll prioritize, and then we'll ask the committee members that are there, what's super important to you that you want to focus on? And then that will be our focus for the next 3 to 4 years. People really go towards where their passions are. So you have some people that are, pretty hot and heavy into nutrition and dietary and those areas. That's not necessarily my passion, but you'll find people that have a passion for that. The 10 components pretty much keep us focused. And so we'll start off very general and generic with what our needs are, and then drill down depending upon who the people are in the room and what they think we need. So if anyone is interested, they can send me an email or they can call. I'm just A. Krause, call central office at 573-701-1300 and ask for Dr. Krause or Ashley and be transferred to my voicemail, or just get a hold of me and tell me that they're interested.
Overall, students' input is a big step for wellness of the students here at Farmington High School. This has been Rocky Killian
and Jack Sluter
signing out from BKTV.